Now, I have to say, your graduation is a lot louder than mine was in 2018, so you're winning that one hands down. Congratulations to all of you. Warwick faculty members, proud parents, family, guests in the audience, and of course all of you sat here today graduating. A huge, huge congratulations from me, and it's a real privilege to play a tiny part in your day today. So it's been 6 years since I was sat in your shoes, and I'm not sure about some of you, but graduation can be a whirlwind of emotions. And if I'm being honest, it's a day that is a distant memory that I didn't soak up all it was. But now, having graduated and looking back on that day, it's an incredible, awesome achievement that you've all been through. But it's also the stresses that people don't want to talk about, right? You have to have your family and friends on campus. You have the stress of trying on your gowns, making sure your hat fits. I don't know about you, but that awkward moment with your parents of have they taken the right Instagram photo for all of you. And of course, you have to walk across this stage here as well and not trip up. So you're all doing an awesome job so far. But a bit about my journey. For me, university was the first time I took that leap for myself, ventured away from home and built a new life on campus. And it's a really tough time, it can be. For me, I started out from a small seaside town in a county in Essex in the UK, and going to university was that first big leap for me. The University of Warwick gave me an awful lot, and I'm really grateful to be where I am today. But it can also be a whirlwind, right? You have to learn, you challenge and push yourself. It's a whirlwind of things to overcome. I remember from my time at Warwick, you also have those tragic moments of what did I really wear on Halloween and why did I choose to wear that outfit when circling? But it's all that makes Warwick what it is today. So a bit about my journey since leaving Warwick. I went on to London, and after doing my management degree, I went on to become a corporate lawyer at a global law firm called Allen Overy. And alongside that, miraculously, it was the COVID-19 outbreak when I was a lawyer, and I noticed that actually I was in a really fortunate position. There wasn't many people like me in the spaces that I was operating in. And I'm not sure about you, if anyone in this room can resonate, but it can be tough sometimes to walk into a room and feel like the only one that looks like you, sounds like you, comes from the same background as you, or identifies in a way that you identify. And that can be quite tough sometimes. So I didn't mean to, but I stumbled across a charity that I founded called Grow Mentoring. And it was during the COVID-19 outbreak, I put a post out on LinkedIn one evening and just said, I don't profess to be some professional mentor, but what I know is I'm lucky to be in the spaces that I'm now in a big corporate law firm, and I want to do what I can to pull up other people as well. I went to bed overnight and didn't really think about that post on LinkedIn or on my social media, and it went viral overnight. And I remember waking up to thousands of messages from students that were undergrad, postgrad, career changers, wanting to step into the spaces that I was lucky to be in. So I thought, okay, I need to do something about this. How can we get more diverse, incredibly talented people through the doors? So Grow Mentoring came about. And with my brilliant team and the COO that I share Grow with, I'm really lucky that we've now signed partnerships with over 50 of the world's largest companies to support our diverse students through mentoring, careers advice, and work experience, really. It's incredibly humbling and rewarding to actually be able to give back and use some of the skills that Warwick gave me and on my business management course to build and scale a charity alongside my job. So I remember looking back and thinking about personal branding, social media, marketing. How can I build an idea and use all of the incredible expertise that many of the lecturers from Warwick Business School imparted with me to scale something that would have a global impact for many people? And that's what I went on to do. Today, I'm still in my law firm and have stepped into a new role, which is the first to exist as our Global Ambassador for Diversity at Allen Overy. And it's incredibly It's an incredible privilege for me to be able to be the first within the legal industry to step into such a role and have the support of a global law firm to use all the skills that I've had from my time at Warwick and through my time as a lawyer to give back and make a real impact around the world. So I guess to anyone in the audience who feels insecure or feels that sometimes they're the only ones stepping into a room and the room is a majority and they're not part of that majority, I'm here to say that you can do it and you deserve to take up the spaces in the rooms that you're a part of, just like I've learned to do. As a gay man who was state school educated and the first in my immediate family generation to go off to university, I now take up the spaces in the rooms that I'm in, and I'm proud to be in those spaces. And I hope for all of you sat here, thank you. And I hope for all of you sat here today, because Warwick is such a diverse community, I hope one of the messages you take from my short time speaking to you is that you too are talented, you're really bright, you're also a Warwick graduate, and you deserve to be stepping forward now as you leave campus into whatever careers you want to go in and taking up those spaces for yourselves and earning the right in the room. Because you've done that hard work here at Warwick, you've earned that right to be there. And I hope you're proud of the voices that you have as well. I have a few tips that I wanted to share and leave you with. Things that I wish I was told, I guess, in your position, starting as a graduate, leaving Warwick on day one. I've heard many things along the way, but these are three things that have really stuck with me. The first is, and it was mentioned earlier at the start, your network and alumni community are here for you and you should be leaning on them. You don't have to have it figured out. If I'm being honest, when I stepped away from Warwick, I was going on to my corporate career in London at one of the world's largest law firms. I didn't have it figured out, and I'd be lying to say I still have everything figured out. But please use your global network and alumni around you. No matter where I travel for my job, whether that's New York, Abu Dhabi, Central Europe, wherever that may be, I bump into a Warwick alumni at every single place that I go to. And no matter if they've known me, met me on campus, they're always there to lend a hand. And I genuinely mean that. So you're now part of that community. Use it to the best of your ability. The second is university, if we're being honest, is a frenzy for comparison culture. Comparison is the thief of joy, as I like to say. After today, I hope you learn no more comparison culture and no more comparing yourself to everyone around us. It's hard to do, right? We live in a time of social media, and comparing yourself is so easily done. I hope now you've graduated from Warwick, you step forward and no longer have that comparison. If we put it into perspective, some of us will be working for the next 40, maybe 50 years of our life. You have so much time ahead of you, there's no need to rush. And your journey, even though right now it may look different to someone else, you're going to make it eventually in your own time. My career, when I started, I never thought I'd be stepping into a new global role created by my law firm. I thought I'd be a corporate lawyer forever. So just don't see your career as one straight path. It can take you in many directions. And finally, and I guess I would say this, my final tip would be to be proud of you and be proud of everything that makes you different. It wasn't until I started leaning into and embracing all that made me me that I began to thrive in my workplace and things started to fall into place for me. So I guess seeing my own uniqueness as my superpower was when everything started to fall into place for me. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. And I hope you begin to take up spaces in the rooms that you're in. Now, I've managed to get through that speech with not too many trip-ups, and I hope it was useful for you. But I guess it just goes to say a huge, huge, huge congratulations to all of you. You're leaving behind a really big, incredible university, but you're embarking on an even bigger journey. Congratulations to all of you.